Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Sadhguru, you said that in the Anadi program, you created a dream yantra which fast-forwarded people's dream as a part of their sadhana. What was the purpose of this process?
What's a dream? Everything that is happening within the scope of your psychological framework is actually a dream. Dream means that which is not existentially there, but still feels real to you. So anything that is not existentially there, but still in your experience feels as real as reality or more real than reality, that's called a dream. So every thought that you generate is actually a dream. Every emotion that you generate is actually a dream. Or in that context, the whole experience of your life, in a certain way, is a dream. Because you do not see anything that is in the world. Right now, if you're looking at me, you do not see me the way I am. You see me as I am reflected in the firmament of your mind. So, you are seeing me right now is largely a psychological process. So it's a dream. So anything that happens in the framework of your psychological box is a dream. And dreams have more power than reality in most people's lives because they have never really touched reality as such. What they call as life is just what they think and they feel. What you think and feel is more important than the whole cosmic phenomena. A phenomena that nobody can fathom. That is happening wonderfully well. If that can't uplift you, and one single thought of your own making can pull you down, if this is not a dream, what is a dream? And this dream is not even yours. This is the biggest problem. This is not even your dream. These are compulsive happenings from what impressions you have taken from your social exposure, what impressions you have taken in the form of genetic material, what impressions you have taken in… When I say genetics, not just from your parentage, your genetics goes way back not only to your forefathers, it goes beyond into animal nature. Today, we know this scientifically, but we have always known this, that the single-celled animal which evolved into various complexities and today sitting here as a human form, so from that single-celled animal to this complex mechanism of a human being, the memory of the life process as to how life has happened, that memory is still there in this body. So you're on the top of the animal nature, atop this whole heap of animal nature, means you're a composite expression of all this. That means if you look at a worm, it is just a worm. If you look at an insect, it's just an insect. A bird, just a bird. An animal, just an animal. A dog is just a dog. An elephant is just an elephant. But what you call as a human being is capable of all these things. On a certain day, you are capable of biting like an ant, simply, little. Simply as you're going, little. Another day you are able to growl and go like a dog. Another day you can bulldoze through people like an elephant. Another day you can tweet like a bird. You're not getting it. You are capable of all these things. What is individual qualities for those animals? Human beings are capable of all these things. In different levels of awareness, he becomes different things. So all this memory exists within your system, not all of it in the form of living memory, but in so many different ways. You can at least see this much. Somewhere inside your body remembers your parents, or sometimes your grandparents, or maybe great-grandparents that you have not seen them, so you do not know. Your body remembers, obviously, and this memory goes way beyond your present levels of understanding, because this memory transcends human form. This memory transcends even animal nature. It goes to the basic elements. It is because of this that in yoga, the most basic form of sadhana is bhuta shuddhi. If you cleanse these five elements of all memory, of your father, of your mother, of your grandparents, of your forefathers, of the chimpanzee, which is only 1.23% away from you, and of the single-celled animal, to erase this memory so that you are not somebody's something, you are your own possibility. So memory is far more important, and it is playing a role that you cannot believe, just about everything. The way your heart beats is because something within the system remembers as to how to beat. The way the complexities of chemical reactions are happening within the system is simply because something remembers, this is the way to do it. So this is not something that dropped upon you, this is a learned process. Over millions of years of evolution, this is a learned process. Life learned to do itself, and it still remembers. If it forgets, you'll fall dead right now. So spiritual process is about distancing yourself from this memory, not destroying the memory, distancing yourself from the memory so that this memory becomes an asset, but not a bondage. This memory becomes a dimension which propels you ahead, not a dimension which shackles you down. So dreams are of many kinds, but dreams are propelled, or dreams are a way of replaying this memory on many different levels. As long as these dreams are going on, your day is a deception. Dream is the real thing, because dream is living its past. day, you're fooling yourself to believe you're fresh. Nothing fresh. It is just recycling of the ancient past. People think they're experimenting with their life. But you don't realize the same nonsense every worm has experimented on this planet. And all of them know it. And all of them know there is no need to experiment anymore. But human beings still think they're experimenting with their life. So, I would say your dream is more of a reality than your day. In day, you're deceiving yourself. In dream, at least, you're sleeping. In Anadi, we created a dream machine. We created a dream yantra which they were sleeping with, and we fast-forward people's dreams in such a way that intense sadhana in the day, they are not tired. They sleep well in the night, in the morning they are exhausted. Because the dreams are running so rapidly. So we hasten the dreams 100 times over than normal. Things were running at a haze within them. So the dream machine, the dream yantra is a tool to hasten that part of the dream which in yoga we call it the linga sharira. Probably in English language we can call it the genetic body or the sexual body, because in a way you are a sexually transmitted disease, aren't you? STD. That's how it happens. So, this genetic body or the linga sharira has a memory of its own. And this memory continuously plays. The effort in the Anadi was to compress the linga sharira to a very small size. So when it is compressed, it becomes concentrate. When it becomes concentrate, it could be very overwhelming for people. It can become extremely overwhelming, the spiritual process, because this vast memory is concentrated. What was spread out is now concentrated, and it can become a absolutely overwhelming experience that many people may not be able to withhold that kind of situations or hold on to that kind of situations. They need to be in a very protected atmosphere. If they're not in a protected atmosphere, it just cannot happen, but even in protected atmosphere, it can be very overwhelming. So the idea was to reduce the content of the linga sharira, to reduce the memory, the volume of the memory, so that the shrinking does not become too overwhelming. So we set up a dream machine or a dream yantra to hasten the process of the dreaming. It was incredible. During the day, they were doing so much sadhana and also work, because mostly there were very few volunteers and they had to do their own cooking and cleaning and everything. But they were fine. They sleep well in the night and get up very exhausted in the morning. Because the dream pace was so high. The dreams were moving at such a rapid pace. Restful time was the most exhausting time. People got up totally exhausted because they've been dreaming hard. They've been dreaming so hard that it's an exhaustion, but this is being done to reduce the volume of the linga sharira, otherwise compressing of the linga sharira would become very difficult and overwhelming. All this was in preparation of a sadhana called linga sanchalana, that is to keep the linga, the core linga within you active, to activate the linga within. As a build-up to this linga sanchalana kriya, we wanted to compress the linga. To compress the linga, we had to reduce the volume, so we set up this dream machine. Is it possible? What is the use? The use is, we are not touching your prarabdha karma or the allotted karma. We are only going for the warehouse of karma, the sanchita karma. So, this can be done only for those people who are decided that they want this to be the last one. If you have a desire for a little more food, for a little more pleasure, you want to watch one more cinema that is produced in 22nd century, because they're going to do 4D, you know. You want to see that again, or something else. If you have such desires, you should not go for that, because once the sanchita karma is taken off like this life will become incapable of taking on one more body, even if it wishes to. But the prarabdha is untouched. So, you don't see any immediate transformation in the person, because changing of attitudes, becoming little gentle, becoming little loving, becoming little compassionate is not spiritual process, it is a psychological and social process. This is just social nonsense, this is not spirituality. Unfortunately, these things are passing off as spiritual process in the world. Spiritual process means you dismantle physical nature. You dismantle it in such a way that it doesn't lead you to ill health or death, but still it is dismantled. That is what a dream machine is about, because the substance that is necessary to form one more body, to find one more womb, has been taken away. But this body is perfectly fine. If you touch the prarabdha karma, then this very body will start working itself towards dissolution. So we don't touch the prarabdha karma, we just take away the sanchita. That means we've destroyed your future. You get me? We've just destroyed your future. Your present is intact.